day and welcome to Ejc News, your monthly recap of news items taking place across the East Jamaica Conference of Seventh-day Adventists. I'm Fabian Phillips Lawrence. In the news, new church to be added to Ejc church listing, Ejc workers honored by JAMU, and couples learn more about intimacy. Now the news. One more church is soon to be added to the list of churches in Ejc, the Harbour Heights SDA Church. But this will only become a reality once it has been ratified at the upcoming conference session to be held in June. In February, a special Thanksgiving service for the newly organized church in Harbour Heights was held. The church has about 160 members worshiping there weekly. Administrators, conference directors, pastors, and church members of Ejc were on hand to share in the special moment.
You have stood up, and today what we are here to see is the demonstration of commitment, dedication, hard work, the stick-to-it nature. You are demonstrating that you are individuals who will stand up in times of difficulties.
The church originated from small group meetings initiated by 3 members of the Harborview SDA Church in 2009. The names of the officers that will lead out in this newly formed church were read and presented to the church by Pastor Lorenzo Brown, after which a special prayer was offered on their behalf. East Jamaica Conference workers, among others from other conferences, were honored for their outstanding services, whether as long-standing employees or in special deeds during this month. The program was organized by the Jamaica Union Conference under the theme Workers of Worth.
This occasion was crafted with 2 primary objectives in mind. First, to give thanks to Almighty God. And second, to laud and give due recognition to our workers across the Union Territory for their invaluable Christian service.
And you'll agree with me that this theme could not have been more appropriate because we are truly appreciative of your work and your worth.
The service is in line with the Union's Year of the Adventist Worker, which was celebrated last year. The main speaker was Professor Alwyn Wint.
Where that you as exceptional workers represent a church that also is exceptional. A church whose workforce has grown from 30 employees in one country in 1863 to 287,000 employees operating in 237 countries on all continents of the world, producing publications in 375 languages and dialects, and ministering through publications and oral ministry in 1,002 languages and dialects, representing the most widely dispersed Christian denomination in the world.
The journey towards intimacy was taken by hundreds of couples in Ejc who turned up at the Jamaica Conference Center in downtown Kingston to learn more about improving their marriage. This one-day conference was organized by the Family Life Department of Ejc, headed by Elder Claude Genus and her team. The sessions were well received. The main presenter was Pastor Floyd Spence, who is a marriage and family counselor and a clinical sex therapist. He explained the different types of intimacy.
First intimacy is mental or intellectual intimacy. This is a mutual understanding about the important issues in your marriage, like setting goals. So it's important, I will not be spending time on this, but it's important for you and your spouse to talk about the future, okay? That's mental or intellectual intimacy. Both of you have a conversation. You are connected around where you're going, setting goals together.
He also listed spiritual intimacy, financial and mental, emotional and sexual as other different types of intimacy. Close to 2,000 persons were present, including over 100 non-Adventists. Sabbath school leaders and team members this month benefited from a virtual Sabbath school online congress, which was hosted by the Inter-American Division IAD through their website. Philip Castell has this report.
East Jamaica Conference joins thousands who participate in Sabbath School Online Congress. Scores of Sabbath School team members across East Jamaica Conference, EJC, turned up at the conference boardroom at headquarters on February 24, 2018, to join the Sabbath School Online Congress, which was hosted by the Inter-American Division, IAD, through their website at webcast.interamerica.org. Here, Sabbath School leaders and team members benefited from the thoughts and experiences that were shared by church leaders and those who participated in the morning's worship service. Pastor Carl Cunningham, Sabbath School and Personal Ministries Director, welcomed those who turned out to participate in the online program and commended them for taking the time to share in the webcast, which was being watched by thousands across the Inter-American Division territory and around the world. Conference President Pastor Eric Nathan and Executive Secretary Pastor Linton Williams and his wife Sharon were there to greet the Sabbath School leaders as well and to support the work of the Sabbath School in their churches.
And you see the department that leader is involved in flourishing. Anywhere you go, the best thing that the church has to offer, give some people it and they crush it. Give some department that the thing is dead. And give it to some people and they make it look like something that is flourishing. It's not about the church. It's about who leads at a particular time. And I'm saying that you are now called to the kingdom at such a time as this, and you have a job to do to make Sabbath School the heart of the church. If you don't have a heart, you're dead. And that's why you are here to make the church live. God bless you.
In the afternoon, East Jamaica Conference participated in the graduation exercise, where over 200 participants were set to receive certificates of completion for the advanced course in Sabbath School work. EJC led the Sabbath School department across Jamaica Union, as 5 of the 8 persons in Jamaica who completed the Sabbath School diploma program from the Herbert Fletcher University came from our conference. This is Philip Castell for Ejc News.
The Community Services Department of the conference hosted a Community Services Federation convocation this month at the Golden Acres Resorts. There, members were reminded of the importance of their duty and the link to serving the Lord. They were welcomed by Pastor Wadsworth McAnuff, who is the portfolio director, who reassured the function would help them to be better leaders in their churches and their communities. EJC President Dr. Eric Nathan, who was one of the speakers, spoke of the transition being experienced in this department and also referred to the blessing received by helping others.
I want all my community service people who have been blessed by blessing others to go back to the church. You know, Pastor Mac and myself, we're coming back this week from visiting some people who were sick. And he was saying, people don't know what they miss when they don't visit others. For God has put inside you something that make you feel better when you minister to others.
Another speaker, Sister Princess Laws, reiterated the importance of persons accepting the call into this unique service.
And sometimes I think that there are some of us who don't quite understand in the Seventh-day Adventist Church our mission. And so we've become good-time Christians. We've become Christians who like to hear pleasant preaching. We've become Christians who think that we should imitate televangelists. And whatever we see them do, we do, and whatever we hear them say, we say. We've forgotten the uniqueness of Adventism.
The induction of new members into the Federation, along with a special recognition service for outstanding community services leaders, was also held during the convocation. The Trenchtown SDA Church was in a celebratory mood in February as it undertook its 70th anniversary celebrations. EJC President Dr. Ejc Nathan was a special speaker for the main Sabbath service. He spoke under the theme, Remember, Reflect, Renew, and encouraged the church not only to think of the success of the past, but to also reflect on the things which have caused them to fail. Many hands make the work lighter. It's because of this why EJC workers lent a helping hand to Northern Caribbean University as it seeks to give the campus a well-needed facelift. The effort was spearheaded by Ministerial Director Pastor Wadsworth McAnuff and Conference President Dr. Ejc Nathan. Members of the beautification team included departmental directors, pastors, ministerial interns, and other workers from EJC. They worked feverishly to help transform the buildings that houses the president, among others.
We have decided to come to NCU today to decide how we can make a difference. And we believe that if there are 700 churches in Jamaica, and if we decide that we own NCU, and everybody decide to put a little bit, you don't have to do a lot, but everybody does a little bit, then we can make a tremendous impact on this university.
And NCU is impacting all of Jamaica. So wherever we go across Jamaica, we'll find graduates of this noble institution. And we cannot stay aside and watch and do nothing. We must make our mark, and this is where we belong. We have to let the people in the community know that we care about our institution, because most universities and colleges and even high schools, people give back, and so we should be giving back.
Each day I prove that it's better to give than to receive, and what better thing to do than to come to the Northern Caribbean University, where I benefited from knowledge, where I benefited from being on this campus. What better thing to do than to give back to the campus? And if we all decide to give, wow, what a difference it will make.
It was perfect for me to be here, just to give back what I can, to see to the beautification of my alma mater. I think we should give back if we have received. And this is just the way in which I choose to give back to NCU.
NCU, no doubt, was very appreciative.
I am so thrilled today to be able to express heartfelt gratitude to East Jamaica Conference for this wonderful show of support that has been brought here to the university.
And for a look at events to come in the month of March and onwards, please visit our website at www.ejcsda.com and subscribe to our mailing list. And you can also have a look at our Facebook page and follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Ejc SDA. And that caps this month's edition of EJC News. God bless.